I found out my fiancée was living a double life, and I didn't find out through some dramatic confrontation or a guilty confession. Nope. I found out because my buddy was bored during halftime and decided to swipe through dating apps like it was just another sport. I'm 31. 3 months away from getting married. Venue paid for. Deposits locked in. Dress shopping already happening. Invitations being designed with this fancy gold trim that my fiancé said felt timeless. We'd been together 4 years, living in my condo for the last 2. I thought we were solid. We talked about kids, suburbs, who would get the dog. I thought the future was basically sorted. Then one night, everything turned upside down. I was at my friend's place watching the game. He's laughing at something on his phone, not even paying attention to the TV anymore. Suddenly he nudges me with this grin that's half joking, half confused. "Dude, this girl looks exactly like your fiancée." I barely glanced at the phone at first. Then my brain connected the dots. And my stomach dropped. It wasn't someone who sort of resembled her. It was her. Full face. Clear as day. Recent pictures. Including one I took of her myself at brunch just 2 weeks ago, same outfit, same angle. Her profile said she was single. Looking for something real. No drama. I felt like the air got sucked out of my lungs. My friend's smile evaporated. His face turned pale, like he'd just hit a pedestrian with his car. "Dude." I was joking. "I didn't, oh man. I'm sorry." I didn't answer. I just asked what app it was, downloaded it right there. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely type. Within minutes, I found her account. Active earlier that day. I swear the room went silent even though the game was still on. When I got home, she was curled up on the couch watching some reality show. She smiled at me. Asked who won the game. I couldn't even spit out a full sentence. All I managed was, "It was good," before hiding in my office like I suddenly became allergic to her face. That's when I checked more apps. 2 more downloads later, I found 2 more accounts. 3 total. All active. All updated. All promoting this free, single, starting fresh persona. One even claimed she'd just gotten out of a long relationship and was excited to meet someone new. New? Really? Who? Because I thought it was me. I just stared at my phone until almost midnight while she slept peacefully, assuming everything was normal. When she knocked on the door and asked if I was coming to bed, I had to force myself to answer. "Yeah, just finishing something up." She told me she loved me. I whispered it back, but it felt like chewing tinfoil. The next few days were a blur. I worked. I cooked. I kissed her good morning. And every second of it felt fake. I documented everything, screenshots, timestamps, active status, messages. Then a plan started forming in my head. A really calm, methodical plan. That scared me more than being angry. I created a fake profile using pictures from a buddy who moved overseas. Asked his permission. Told him why I needed it. He shrugged and said, "Burn it all down." So I did. I built a profile tailored exactly to her type, outdoorsy, successful, no emotional baggage, looking for something serious, all the nonsense she claims to want. I swiped right on her. We matched. Fast. She messaged me first. She flirted immediately. Told me she just left a long relationship that wasn't working anymore and was finally ready to meet someone genuine. Oh, genuine? Fascinating. We talked for days. She giggled through text. Sent me pictures with captions like, "I hope you're not like the last guy." She didn't know she was sending those to the last guy. Eventually, I asked if she wanted to go out. Suggested a fancy Italian restaurant downtown. The same place where we'd spent our anniversary last year, where she'd cried over dessert because she was so happy we were building a life together. She agreed instantly. It's been forever since a guy took me on a real date. Right. Because I've been dragging her through drive-thrus for 4 years? Sure. Once the date was set, I got busy. I spent 2 full days packing up everything she owned in my condo. Every hair product, every sweater, every obnoxious decorative pillow she insisted we needed for the vibe. I boxed it, labeled it, rented a storage unit, moved it all there, took photos for proof, changed the locks on my condo, only my name is on the deed, by the way, and paid the storage unit through the end of the month. The day of our date, she cheerfully told me she was going out with coworkers for a girls' night and might crash at her friend's place. "Have fun," I told her. "You're the best," she replied, kissing me on the cheek. I arrived at the restaurant early, spoke with the manager, quietly requested a table with a clear view of the entrance. Didn't explain why. He didn't ask. I tipped him. He figured something dramatic was happening but probably not this dramatic. I ordered a drink and waited. My heart was pounding like I'd swallowed a drum. Then she walked in. She looked stunning. New dress. Hair done. Makeup flawless. She looked around, clutching her phone like a teenager waiting for a crush. So I texted her from the fake number. "Just parked. Be right in." She smiled toward the door, touched up her lipstick, and then turned around. And saw me. Her face went from thrilled, to confused, to absolute panic in a matter of seconds. "Oh. Wow, what are you doing here?" I said, "Crazy coincidence, huh? Thought you were out with friends." She stuttered like her brain forgot English. I took out my phone. Showed her everything. Screenshots, messages, profiles. I didn't even speak at first. Just let her stare at the proof that her life was about to implode. Finally, I told her calmly. "Your things are packed and in storage. The address and key are at the host stand. You can get them anytime before the end of the month. After that, you figure it out." She whispered, shaky, "You can't kick me out. We're engaged." I said, "Engagement rings are conditional." No wedding, no ring. Give it back. She looked around the restaurant like someone might save her. Nobody did. The host pretended not to listen but absolutely was. People at nearby tables were openly staring. You're doing this in public? She hissed. Well, you were about to go on a date in public. While engaged to me. So I figured we'd stay on theme. She tried to cry her way out of it. Tried to tell me she got cold feet. Claimed she wasn't actually going to meet anyone. Well, I told her, you sure picked an odd location to not meet someone. Eventually she yanked the ring off and threw it at me. I caught it easily. She spat, you're unbelievable. All this over some apps. No, I said. All this over you cheating. Big difference. Then I walked out. I heard her crying behind me, but I felt light for the first time in days. Like someone finally cracked open a window in a room I didn't realize had been suffocating me. I drove home. Blocked her everywhere except text. I needed that line open so she could handle retrieving her stuff. Less than an hour later, she texted. This is insane. I'm coming to get my things right now. Let me in our home. I responded. My home. Your belongings are in storage. The address is in the note. Retrieve them there. She replied. If you don't let me in, I'm calling the cops. I wrote back. Feel free. I'll show them the condo deed and your single life dating profiles. I'm sure they'll love it. And just like that, she went silent. I woke up the next morning to what looked like a digital hurricane. Text after text after text, my phone lit up like a slot machine that only paid out drama. She was ping-ponging between emotions like she was speedrunning every stage of a breakup. Please talk to me. You're overreacting. I never met anyone from the apps. I'm calling a lawyer. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Rinse. Repeat. Threaten. Apologize. Beg. It was like watching someone argue with themselves out loud. I turned my notifications off and went on with my morning. Then her mom called. I let it go straight to voicemail. She launched into this long speech about how I was throwing away 4 years of a perfectly good relationship, and how nobody's perfect, and marriage is about forgiveness. She said it with that passive-aggressive tone people use when they're not apologizing, they're scolding you for being upset. I deleted it mid-sentence. Next came her best friend. You'd think she'd defend her buddy, right? Nope. She tried this, we all make mistakes, angle, and basically scolded me for humiliating her. Classy. Real classy. So I clarified. She didn't slip up. She created 3 profiles and lied about being single. That's not a mistake. That's a lifestyle. Blocked her too. Around noon, security from my office called. Apparently my ex-fiancée showed up downstairs requesting to see me. My stomach dropped. I didn't want a scene at work. But I also wasn't hiding. So I went to the lobby. She looked like she hadn't slept, makeup streaked, hair messy, like someone who lost a fight with her own reflection. She reached out toward me with this desperate look. 5 minutes, that's all I'm asking, she pleaded. I kept my hands in my pockets. For what? You were actively looking for someone else while planning a wedding with me. She tried spinning it into some philosophical emotional crisis. I was doubting things, okay? I needed to feel wanted. Great, I said. You're wanted by an entire crowd of strangers online. Go date them. Her voice cracked, I don't want them. I want you. I stepped back slightly. Maybe you should have realized that before pretending to be single to a bunch of people who weren't me. She got defensive. Everyone gets cold feet. It's normal. I shrugged. Cold feet is talking to your partner. Not advertising yourself for a new boyfriend. She tried to follow me into the elevator. Security literally blocked her path. I didn't even look back. Just let the doors close on that chapter. That evening she emailed me a novel, paragraphs about how her therapist supposedly said it's healthy to explore feelings and how she never intended to actually meet anyone. Which was pretty hilarious considering she literally put on a dress and showed up to a date. Deleted. That night, she came to my condo. She held onto the doorbell like she was punching a detonator. My camera caught everything, crying, yelling, bargaining, begging. Let me in, she shouted into the intercom. We need to talk. No, I said calmly. You ended it when you downloaded those apps. Not me. I never met anyone, she screamed. You showed up to meet someone. That counts, I replied. I just wanted to feel what being single was like. Well, I told her, congratulations. You're single now. She switched to logistics. You missed some stuff. I need my jewelry. My grandmother's necklace. All photographed, documented, and locked safely in storage, I said. You have the key. Go retrieve it. She sobbed. Where am I supposed to live? That's not my responsibility, I replied. Call your family. Call your friends. Or call one of your matches. She finally left after a half-hour tantrum. The next morning, things escalated. A letter from her attorney showed up demanding I allow her back into her residence, return her property, and provide financial support. Like she'd suddenly become my dependent or something. My lawyer answered the same day. He included a copy of the deed with only my name. Proof every item she owned was in a storage unit she had access to. And a friendly little gift, screenshots of all 3 profiles with timestamps. Her lawyer got very quiet after that. But she didn't. New number. New messages. You kept the ring. That's stealing. It's mine. I told her, engagement rings are conditional. No marriage, no ring. You handed it over voluntarily, in a public place, in front of witnesses. She snapped, I'm reporting you for theft. She actually filed a police report. 2 officers came to my door. I showed them. The storage receipt. Photos of her items clearly organized. The texts giving her the address and key. The deed to the condo. One officer looked at me and said, "Sir, there's no crime here. She has access to all her property." Before they left, I filed my own report, harassment. The break-in attempt, the office scene, the doorbell meltdown. They told me to keep documenting everything. If she continues, a restraining order will be very easy, one of them said. So now I'm documenting. Every call. Every visit. Every tantrum. Because this story isn't over yet. Not even close. By week 2, everything hit a level of chaos I didn't even know relationships could reach. She didn't just get upset, she went full nuclear meltdown. She took the breakup to social media like she was unveiling some tragic documentary. Posted this dramatic, tear-filled rant about how I blindsided her at a restaurant, how I kicked her out with no warning, how she was now homeless and heartbroken. She painted herself like a damsel thrown into the streets by a villain with no soul. Her friends assembled in the comments like an army fueled by emojis and outrage. "You monster. He's abusive. Control freak. How could he do this to you?" They didn't know a single detail. Didn't ask for one. They just attacked. Meanwhile, my phone started vibrating non-stop with people asking what happened, like I was the latest headline on a tabloid show. I didn't go online to defend myself. I didn't write a counter-rant. I simply sent a few close friends the screenshots, the profiles, the messages, the entire timeline. I let reality travel the old-fashioned way, by word of mouth. And it spread like wildfire. Within 3 days, her story started unraveling. Comments began popping up beneath her post. "Then why were you on dating apps? Weren't you engaged? Why were you meeting other guys?" She quietly deleted the whole thing. Poof. Online martyrdom erased. No apology. No clarification. Just vanished. Then her mom got involved. She called my mother and delivered this dramatic speech about how I ruined her daughter's life and needed to fix what I broke. My mom called me, confused and protective all at once. "What happened?" "She's saying you blindsided her," she asked gently. So I told her everything. The apps, the fake date, the restaurant scene. My mom sighed in disbelief. "Oh, honey, that must have been awful." "I'm okay," I said. "Well, her mother says you kicked her out with no explanation." I laughed bitterly. I caught her on a date with another guy. After finding her on 3 dating apps. Nobody was blindsided except me. My mom went mama bear. She called her back. And apparently things got loud. So now the breakup wasn't just between us, both families were suddenly in the boxing ring. Perfect. Then came the financial warfare. We'd put down nearly $15,000 in deposits for the wedding. She started demanding I give her half back. "Half of what?" I asked. "The deposits. I put money into this wedding too." "You contributed $3,000, I reminded her. "I paid $12. And there is no wedding because you were cheating." "I wasn't cheating," she snapped. "You were on dating apps meeting strangers. That's cheating. It doesn't count." "To who? What planet are you living on?" I contacted vendors and started pulling deposits back. Lost $6,800 in non-refundable fees. Painful, yeah, but honestly? Could have been worse. Cheaper than a divorce, for sure. She kept begging for money. Then her friends jumped in again, messaging me like some pity fund committee. "Come on, man. Help her out. She's struggling. She makes like $75,000 a year. She'll survive," I replied. "You make more. You should help her." Why would I financially support someone who cheated on me? Blocked. All of them. 3 weeks after our engagement died, she filed a small claims case. She wanted $8,500 for the engagement ring, claiming it was an unconditional gift. My lawyer actually laughed, which is rare for him. "She handed it back willingly," he said. "In public. You have witnesses. This is going nowhere." Court day came. Her attorney tried to argue she was under emotional pressure when she gave the ring back. The judge asked one question that ended the discussion. Was she detained? Was she prevented from leaving the restaurant? Her lawyer turned red. "Well, no, but she was emotional." The judge cut him off. She returned the ring voluntarily. Case dismissed. Walking out of the courthouse, she looked ready to spit fire. "This isn't over," she snapped, shaking. "Oh, it really is," I said, feeling weirdly calm. "You'll regret this." "No. Actually, I'll sleep great." And then she decided to prove, once again, that she's her own worst enemy. She broke into the storage unit. Cut the lock. Took her stuff, but also smashed a bunch of my things that I'd temporarily stored there. My ski gear, about $2,300 worth, destroyed. Punctured boots, snapped equipment, everything ruined. The facility had cameras. They called me immediately. Police report filed. She was charged with criminal mischief and property destruction. Her lawyer contacted mine in a panic. "Can we settle? She'll pay damages if you drop the charges." My lawyer said, "Fine, $2,700 total, including equipment, lock, and facility security costs." And she signs a written admission that she broke in. Paid by end of week. Long silence on the phone. Then, "We'll discuss with our client." She paid. And that signed statement? Absolute gold. She admitted everything on paper. After that, the storm finally died. She ran out of money for lawyers, energy for drama, and friends to cheer her on. Most of her support vanished the moment the truth came out. Silence never sounded so good. It's been almost 2 months since that night at the Italian restaurant. 2 months since I watched the woman I was supposed to marry walk in ready for a date with a stranger, only to find me sitting there waiting for her. The engagement is dead. The ring, my grandmother's ring, is locked safely in a bank deposit box. It's no longer a promise. It's just family history returned to where it belongs. When the dust settled, I added up the financial wreckage like I was going over receipts after a bad vacation. Lost $6,800 in non-refundable wedding deposits. Paid $220 to change the locks. Spent $950 on storage and legal consultations. Received $2,700 back from her for damages. Net loss? About $5,270. Honestly, that number looks small when I think about what it would have cost if I'd married her first. If there were kids. If she cheated after a wedding instead of before one. I didn't lose $5,000, I saved years. She moved back in with her parents. Someone told me she's still using dating apps, still active, still fishing for something real. At least now she's actually single, so I guess she finally aligned her branding. Mutual friends said she's been telling people I trapped her and made her feel like she wasn't allowed to explore her options. The audacity still amazes me. She wasn't trapped. She was shopping. She had a whole menu of options, she just didn't expect to get caught ordering dessert behind my back. But I'm done worrying about whatever story she spins. Everyone who matters saw the receipts, literally and figuratively. Now that she's gone, my condo feels like a different place. Bigger. Not empty, just quiet in a way that lets me breathe. I redecorated. Removed anything that screamed ours and replaced it with things that reflected just me. Real wood instead of fake marble. Darker tones. Mounted the TV on the wall the way I wanted before she insisted it stay on that glass stand she said was artsy. It wasn't. It was wobbly. Work's been good too. I got promoted last month. The timing had nothing to do with the breakup, but the extra income sure makes everything easier to look at. It almost feels like the universe was saying, welcome back. We saved your seat. I started doing things I'd put off for years. Weekend trips. Short drives up the coast. Staying in hotels where no one expects me to check in every hour. Ate good food. Slept in. Walked into the ocean without needing anyone's permission or approval. I forgot how freeing it feels to just exist without an audience. Dating? Not yet. I'm not ready. Turns out, when your partner lies straight to your face while planning a wedding, it does something to your ability to trust. My therapist said that's normal, and that I shouldn't rush it. You handled everything with incredible restraint, she told me. Most people would have exploded emotionally. You stayed strategic. You protected yourself. You stayed grounded when you had every reason not to. I told her the truth, I actually felt like I was losing my mind. Maybe, she said, but you never acted like it. That takes strength. Sometimes I imagine how my life would look if my friend hadn't shown me that screenshot. What if I'd gone through with the wedding? What if I'd found out years later? With kids? With shared finances? The thought twists my stomach. Then last week, she tried one last time. New number. Short message. I'm really sorry. I know I messed up. Can we talk? Blocked. Instantly. There's nothing to talk about. She had 4 years to communicate. She chose secrecy instead. I even called every single person who got a wedding invitation. One by one. Personally. I told them the wedding was off, sorry for the inconvenience. Most of them were respectful. Curious ones got a vague, polite version, we weren't as compatible as we thought. Only a select few saw the whole truth, the screenshots, the dates, the profiles, the whole mess. The ring is safe, and that matters more than anything. It's a piece of my family, not a trophy for someone who saw me as a placeholder. She didn't care about commitment. She cared about options. I've been working out consistently. Not obsessively, just showing up. It feels good to see results that come from effort. I'm investing more too. Money that would have gone toward flowers and centerpieces and a cake no one would remember? Now it's building something for me. Don't know what yet. But something solid. Something real. Do I regret how I ended it? Not even a little. She was literally sitting at a restaurant waiting for a man she thought was her next upgrade. The poetic symmetry was too perfect to ignore. Could I have confronted her privately? Sure. Would that reflect the actual betrayal? No. She treated our relationship like a discount trial subscription. I treated the breakup like a professional closure. Everything I did was legal. Documented. Controlled. The storage unit wasn't petty, it protected me. The ring retrieval wasn't spite, it prevented a future court battle. Every step had purpose. She can tell people I'm a villain. Let her. The people who matter saw the truth. I didn't explode. I didn't scream. I didn't publicly smear her. I just revealed the facts and walked away. I'm not bitter. If anything, I feel lucky. I got out before vows, before shared accounts, before years of being someone's backup plan. I was engaged to a woman who was browsing for replacements while wearing my grandmother's ring. That's not love. That's not partnership. That's someone looking for a better deal before committing to the price. So yeah, I found my fiancée on 3 dating apps. Set up a fake profile. Showed up for her date with her belongings already packed. Ended the engagement right there, no delay, no loopholes. Would I do it the same way again? Absolutely. She earned every consequence. And I got my life back. Best trade I've ever made.